Grand rising, everyone. Happy Thursday. Oh my goodness. I cannot even believe it is now Thursday. Grand rising, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the 716 Live Morning Show. Can y'all believe it is Thursday? Like this week, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes when we have those Mondays off, it kind of just throws me off a little bit. So I'm having a conversation yesterday and I'm like, wait a minute, like it's about to be Thursday tomorrow. This week just went by and I feel like I just became a part of it. Grand rising, everybody. Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. It is raining right now in the Buffalo area. And my grand dog be having anxiety. And she was up under the bed this morning, like, Grammy, I am not ready for this. I am not ready for this. I am not ready for this. That's her drinking in the background. She wait until now to decide to take a drink. But grand rising, everybody. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that you are tapped into the 716 Live Morning Show right now. And she keeps going and going and going and going and going. Yeah. I cannot make this up. I cannot make this up. So what's going on, everybody? What is going on out in the world? Tell me where you are tuning in from. If you are tuning in from Buffalo, tell me, is it raining where you are? Because listen, thunder hit or lightning hit a tree or something, and it sounded like bam, like God came down and said, you know what? I'm tired of y'all. I got to wake y'all up because y'all are not paying attention to your life. Pay attention to your life. Pay attention to your life. So Grand Rising, Marquita Helms, thank you so much for coming back and tapping in. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Somebody share this with somebody. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Y'all, this is the beauty of being live. Oh my God. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. Grand Rising, Sharice, my beautiful cousin. Grand Rising, everybody. And everybody who's out there, put in the chat where you are tuning in from. Let me know what is looking like where you are. It is definitely raining out in Lackawanna. But that is all right because I actually enjoy this type of weather. The fall is coming, my very favorite season. Y'all, I love the boots and the cute jackets and all of that type of stuff. So I am here for the fall weather. I'm here for the rain today because sometimes we need a little bit of rain to bring the beauty out in this thing called life. And that rain, just like our tears, waters the what's deep inside of us. The rain waters what's deep inside the earth. So when the springtime comes, we get to see the beauty of the Lord, the beauty of our Father God. Just like I like to say, when we don't know what's going on down in the earth, what's going on down with us when we are crying is that we are watering the seat to our soul. It's raining in Buffalo too, cuz? Yes, it's definitely raining out here. Amen, right? Right? We are watering the seat to our soul. So what is going on in this thing called life? So let me just get these dogs fed. So let's see what's going on. Russian officials say 5 drones were shot down, including one that targeted Moscow. And you know this is being reported by one of my favorite news outlets, the AP News. So apparently 5 drones were shot down and one including that was targeted in Moscow. Good morning, Queen. Good morning.
Morning.
So it says 5 drones were shot down over 3 Russian regions overnight, with one targeting the capital, officials said. Thank goodness there were no casualties. One of the things that I don't, well, for some of us may not recognize how blessed we are to not have to deal with certain things here in America. Like we don't have to worry about war, right here on American soil,
On
at
our
least so
right.
far. So far we don't have to worry about that. The a couple occasions that it happened, it was just a couple of occasions. There's countries that have to deal with this on an everyday basis. There's war torn countries around the world. So I just want everybody to take a moment and just be grateful that we are living in a country where we don't have to worry about certain things. Although we are not perfect, we are far from perfect. We don't have to worry about walking outside of our house
Right.
and worrying about a missile being dropped on
Right.
our heads. I
Right.
remember when 9/11 happened, I worked at the HSBC Towers, which is now the Seneca One Towers, and we had to leave. We couldn't go to work for a week because it's still the tallest building in Buffalo, but they weren't sure what was going on. They weren't sure if the terrorists were targeting just large buildings, large skyscrapers around the world, around America or not. So we couldn't go to work for a week. Do you remember 9/11, D'Amica, where you were?
Yes. I was working in the call center at the time. I was pregnant with my daughter, I remember. And I had to go to work that morning. I remember them saying like, "Oh my God," or like a leg flew out the window. I was on my way to work and I heard the radio. And I don't think we took it that serious because I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that was very foreign to us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So by the time I got to work and they said explosion, like buildings had exploded, yeah, they were telling people get out of the buildings because we didn't know. Because then later after the Pentagon got hit,
Yeah.
so we was like, okay, where they about to go? You know what I mean? So yeah, we had to go home. I remember that was a very traumatic time. I remember putting that in my daughter's baby book so that she could remember like she was born during that time of all of that. Yeah.
Oh wow. It's some of my oldest daughter definitely remembers. My younger daughters kind of remember, not as much as my oldest daughter, but I remember exactly. I was late for work that day. I was working at the HSBC, and I had just gotten to work, turned on the radio, listening to WBOK. I don't think I was at work for half an hour before they announced that a plane had hit one of the towers. And I'm like, no, I remember sitting there. I was working in the trust department. And I remember sitting there thinking, now what food and ran into the doggone,
Right.
the
Right.
towers?
Never thought it was something like an attack on our country. We had never
Never.
done very, very foreign to us. Very foreign. But
Yes.
I will say I do love living here for that part of life because we we are bullies. United States of America are bullies.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but on the fortunate side, we're more protected. You know what I mean? We are a protected country. I would say that.
Yeah, we are. That's one of they invest a lot of money into our armed services, and for a reason, because people, when you become as huge as we are or depicted to be, you have to make sure that you protect your borders and protect your citizens. So it is definitely real. It is definitely real. What else is going on? What's going on in Buffalo? Have you heard any news that's going on in Buffalo?
But no, I'll be
No.
honest. I've been working my butt off. Let me tell you, last night I worked so much yesterday. I came home. I didn't eat dinner. I just went to sleep. I'm serious. It was the best sleep I had in a very long time. I slept the whole entire night. I had to at least sleep 7 or 8 hours, and it's been a long time. So I did get up
Your
like
body needed
9,
it.
and and I was like, oh God, I gotta get my stuff, for the morning. But the only thing I ran across, and not local, just how the some of the members of that indictment with Trump, two of the lawyers, they were asking to be separated apart from his trial because they wanted to be individualized, and the judge denied it. Because that's something that you actually can't do. Sever your apart, or sever apart from. They don't want to be associated, but I find that very funny now because everybody was so for Trump. They was with the wave. You know what I mean? They wanted to go down. They did all of that with him, and now you want to part way. You know what I mean? And guess what? You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
see more of that because it's all fun until it get down to the nitty gritty. You know what I mean? So now the fire is under y'all because this man got to do whatever he wanted to do in this country, and now fire is being put on him, and he's in Georgia. So God bless him. You know what I mean?
They look. Is it concerning to
Good morning,
you
everybody.
that although DeSantis is running, he still does not have that voter percent that he needs? Like Trump is still, unfortunately, he is the head runner on the Republican side. He is he's running ahead of all of them. Which I mean, at first when I heard it, I was surprised, and then I was like, well, it just shows what America looks like. It shows what
Because
America looks like.
they were the people, the Trump supporters were happy to be able to be themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't like to speak on it like this, but like even when Obama was in, it would have been great if we did that, be ourselves. You understand?
Yeah.
I know that
Yeah.
he was being the greatest American that he can be. I will say that he was a very great American man. He did everything he was supposed to do, but you know, Trump came in and put his people on. You know what I mean? That's what happened. Trump came in and put his people on. So they want that. They want to feel like something like this. You know, they've been saying that this is their country for the longest. Like we
Mm-hmm.
didn't here, you know what I mean? So this is something that they get to stand on that. They get to stand on this is our country. So I could see why people are voting for him. You know, it's bigger. It's so beyond like the politician behind it. It's more of a lifestyle now.
Yeah, the hate rhetoric, they are definitely banding together. Over the weekend they had a I guess get together where there were actually people who were representing like the Nazis, and it's like here in America, y'all, red shirts on, had the swastika emblem on them, and all of that. Like it's going down here in America. The people who were once hidden are now not hiding anymore.
But
and
you know why? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. One of the things that stood out to me as I was watching the news yesterday is they were saying, you know how they've been warning African Americans not to go down to Florida. And even I was like, you know what, because I was down in Florida in May for my Mother's Day trip. And that was definitely the most outright racism that I have ever experienced in all of my years. Really? But something that stood out to me yesterday, it was Funky Dineva that said it, actually. I was watching Fox Soul. He said, we need to stop running and stand up to them like they did in Alabama. You know, show them that, you know, you can spew this hate all you want to, but like brush it off your shoulders. Like it's not going to stop what's going on. Like you're not going to stop me from going places, from living my life. And I thought about that because at first I was like, got to stay away from there. And then I thought about that. I was like, you know what? That makes sense because they do it to try and be intimidating.
Exactly. And we have to stop. We have to start being in multitudes, going where we got to go. And to let it be what it is, because it's probably going to be a little bit of a storm when we rising. You know what I mean? Because we're rising. We're definitely knowing our strength. We're knowing our abilities. We're knowing our worth. What they say, Trump just put it out there, and that's fine. Just know what comes with it in a day and a time. People just
that's Marquita Helm.
And let them do what they want to do. Yep, that's true, Marquita. Good morning. Good morning, everybody that's on. I didn't even see all these people on. Good morning.
They love it. They love the 716 Live morning show. Thank you, everybody who continues to tune in and rock with us as well. Yes, every single morning. So did you ever watch the 70s show? I didn't really watch it. That was one of my sister's favorite shows. So one of the stars, Danny Masterson, apparently he could get as much as 30 years to life in prison for the rapes of two women 2 decades ago. I am
the rape, is that what you said?
Yep, the rape of 2 women. I am a little biased with the sexual abuse. I think they should be up under the jail cell.
but this stuff is coming out. I don't know what was going on back then. I'm being honest with you. There's a lot of stuff coming out now. It's actually just starting to be like, oh, okay, that happened again. I don't mean to say that. Fortunate to the women that, because now it just seems like a bigger investigation needs to start happening, like with all the women that wasn't acting or involved in any type of way, because it seems like sexual abuse was a way to get people in. That's what it just seems like. All these people are coming out. Not to mention like stuff that you're saying that's currently happening. Because what I'm hearing, because there's artists here in Buffalo, guys, that actually signed with some major labels that actually decided not to work with these major labels and go independent because of what's happening in the industry. Not because they can't make it, not because they're not great performers or actors or whatever. It's literally because what's going on in the industry. I believe that this comes from some long time ago, and it's just carrying on. And a lot of people now seeing that they can do something about it, and they're doing something about it. Because I know, as being a victim of sexual abuse, you don't want to say nothing. You know what I mean? You don't want to say nothing. So I believe these stories. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I believe a lot of these stories. I just think that a bigger investigation, because it's just like one after one, people just coming out. This happened back in the 70s, back in the 60s, back in the 80s. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I it's so underreported, and I don't know if any of you that are watching a live, or even if you are watching a replay, let me know in the chat if you've ever heard of a thing called the casting couch, because that was real. One of the things that Marilyn Monroe stood up against is the way women were exploited in Hollywood, and women, these stars, were exploited, because a lot of times in order to get these roles, you had to perform, you had to go outside of yourself and just to get a role. Women, we have endured so much, and we still have so much to overcome, everybody. That's why I hate that things are so sexualized, but it sells, and one of the reasons it sells is that we keep consuming this stuff. In the 90s, remember how sexualized we were kind of degraded in the 90s. We had the Luke, and we were dancing to it like Doodoo Brown. I remember all of that pop. I can remember we were dancing, but you think about it now, it's like, man, that's a little
too much. I was 14 and 15 years old. I remember having the dance contest and stuff to pop that coochie. And I wish my daughter would have been 14 years old. Talking about girl, she was 16. Was she like 15, 16, getting ready for school one morning? Girl, I listen to music in the morning, so she's gonna pick up from me. Girl, she in the bathroom. Can I get a refill? At 6 o'clock in the morning, I went to girl. What the hell you need a refill of at 6 o'clock in the morning?
It better be some milk.
Girl, I went off. So yeah, we was with a different lifestyle because it was different. Even though sexual abuse was a thing, it was so silenced. You know what I mean? It was very silent. So they closed their eyes and ears to it. And I'm not saying my mom and them did that. It's just that was the breaking of it. You know what I mean? Us, we stood on a whole different thing. Like, no, ain't none of that. All that fast dressing. Stop it. Because we knew what happened to us when we were exposing ourselves that way. You know what I mean? And even to this day, at 44, I battle with men wanting sex for me. I literally, I really want to talk about. I am going to do a segment on that, because it's so disturbing to me. I literally was just going through this recently. Like, I'm sick of people coming at me that way. Like, what the hell is it about me that everybody just want to look at me and you know what I mean? Like, it's acting. So even I still battle with this. I battle with it in my marriage. You know what I mean? So like, people don't understand, because a lot of now it's like we was different, and I don't know if it's because we sheltered the kids so much. Now they letting them kids dress any kind of way now, honey. Because when you look on social media and see what these kids got on, the babies, 5-year-old birthday party, they got a crop.
When Fashion Nova came out with their line of clothes, I was like, wait a minute, like, oh no granddaughter of mine would be, or even like I would not dare buy that stuff for my goddaughter is a junior and I wouldn't buy certain stuff for her. You know what I
Well,
mean? Like,
I
come
look
on
at
now.
I be
Yeah.
looking at their like outfits. I'll be like, this is what your daughter wore for a sweet 16? No, baby. I don't know, but to
He's
everybody,
selling it.
I don't tell nobody how to raise their kids. What I do know is that however you raise your kids, you the one got to deal with that. So it ain't me that got to deal with that. But I just think that people should be conscious. I was asking my kid's father. We was talking about that. Because I still was like, I don't understand what made this grown man, this older guy, want me. And Sean was telling me like, D'Amica, men, our penises are weak. We have a weak mind when it comes to the penis, and it don't sometimes age don't even like you see something and it triggers the penis first. You know what I mean? So he was real strict on my daughter about like wearing lip gloss. She used to sneak. Girl, I used to crack up. I would let her do that because I didn't see the harm in it. But she would sneak at the bus stop, girl, and put like lip gloss on because he didn't like the shiny lip thing. He was like, because he felt like a man is gonna look at he know when he looking at a woman's lips with shine on it, what he's thinking. So he didn't want my daughter, you know what I mean, having that. So like these young females that's raising their daughters don't realize what they're exposing their daughters to. You know what I mean? Older men look at that.
I remember when I first became single after being married for so long, and my girlfriend's telling me, you got to put yourself out there again. You got to put yourself out there. And last time I was out there, I was like 15, 16 years old. So now here I am in my late 30s having to put myself out there. And I can remember literally going out to bars and feeling like a piece of meat. Like, I don't like that. Even today, I don't like that feeling. Like, I don't like, I love getting dressed up and stuff, but for me, I don't like that type of scrutiny. You know what I mean? I don't. It doesn't feel good at all.
And people people don't get that with me. Like I know I dress, and I had to say that. Well, maybe I got to change how I dress. It's for me. I was a really, really big woman at a time, and when I was married, like I had to dress a certain type of way. You know what I mean? It wasn't who I felt in the inside. This is all about me vibing high. This has nothing to do for nobody. I actually do not like when people look at me. I just want to go in a corner. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna dress the way I'm gonna dress because it's for me, and I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be because it's the energy I come with. You know what I mean? But like I never be like in nobody's face like, come here, I want you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Yes, that is so uncomfortable. Like that is very triggering for me. That's so triggering.
People don't understand. They be looking at me so confused, like, but no, like I like to be who I am for the person I'm with. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those girls that want everybody to know who I am. No, let me alone. Like I know how I look and everything, but let me stay in my little corner. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I don't know.
I want to talk about that one day. I swear I do. I want to talk about that.
Yeah. Anybody's on the live who is single or even dating, how do you feel when you are going out and about and trying to meet somebody? Like, how do you put yourself out there? I would love for you to chime in. And have you ever had that feeling where you feel like a piece of meat? Like, man, I can remember like it hurt my heart because I felt like I was like having to sell myself. You know what I mean? That hurt my heart because it just, even now, like, and we talk about this a lot on the show because, I mean, the singledom is real. And I know more single people than I know married, especially now. But I don't like that. I don't like that. That's what I like about it.
I've been hearing men say that. Like because a lot of women, you know what? It's the way of life now. I'm realizing that I'm coming to my senses and I'm like, baby, I don't think dating is a thing anymore. I don't even think people actually, I come from the 90s. In the 90s, those guys were just different. Even my ex-husband to this day, still, he don't live here. He don't got nothing to do. He don't even live in the state. You know what I mean? But he still makes sure this household is okay and taken care of because there is no other man in this household. You know what I mean? And just the same for him. Like when he's single and stuff, like even when he a truck driver, he has a whole woman, but that's my kid's father. I check in on him. Are you eating right? Come on now, make sure you're doing this. Get out that because that's just the era we came from. You know what I mean? This time, I'm single, girl. I'll be like, well, what do you gotta do, sis? I done did cooking. I have done it. I throw in the towel that. I'm just telling you, like, I'm at this point now. I'm so in love with me. I don't even know if anybody can love me the way I love on me. I'm serious. I hold very high expectations and standards. So if somebody who says that they want to date me is a whole different thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Marquita said, I hate it bad. I had a guy tell me, yeah, I get you. He was going to put a baby in me. I told him, at this age, you gonna make me, you gonna make a nice single father. I was so mad. My friend picked me up and took me out of there. Yeah. And the audacity nowadays, you know what I mean? Like the audacity. Please come at me like the queen that I am. Please don't come at me sideways. Because ooh wee.
At me, right? They have been liking me for some time, okay? And the person, and I'm sorry if you watch it, but I'm just gonna be real because this is just how I feel, okay? The person kind of reached out and was like, you know, can I take you out to lunch? Here I go, oh, yeah, you can take me out to lunch. That's really nice. You know, we get to really talk and stuff. Well, I'm still waiting, but the people want to ask me to come over their house. They want me to lay down.
Oh, that's a whole conversation. Yes.
What happened to the lunch date? That's all I'm saying.
What happened to dating?
The goodies, you should be going after this lunch date. Yes, I am busy, but I'm too busy to lay on my back also. You understand what I'm saying? I'm busy. I'm tired. So the way we can find time for me to lay on my back, you should be able to find that same time to do something else. You understand what I'm saying? Right. I don't understand what is it about me. So you mean to tell me now I think that was just a gateway to try to get to the goodies. Like, why? I had to really ask. Yesterday I was having this I was like, damn, like, do I not look like a valuable woman? Like, when you look, would not look like you should date me or treat me of some type of value. What is it? You know, I have to look at myself because why do you think even a lunch date was going to get you the goods?
Right.
I'm going to give you the goods because that's what I want to do.
Right. Like, how do you take me? How am I portraying myself that you, like, what energy am I putting out? Look, and why do you, is that a red flag for you? Because I know some women who don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? Like, don't invite me over to your house. Like, what is your real intention?
But that's what the point I was trying to make. That's the day we in now, right? That's dating is not a thing. Some of these people will take you out to eat or something, but understand the next time you talk to them, they want you to come over.
Okay.
And they don't want you to come over for sex. No, they want you to watch a movie or something else, right?
Red flags.
Ultimately leading to sex. Somebody asked me, like, this was last year. I had to go off on this guy. He asked me to come over and watch the Super Bowl. I didn't have any Super Bowl plans. I go watch the Super Bowl with him. He had all the stuff later. It was nice. It was beautiful, you know. I always bring my own stuff to people's house. I don't know, it's just me, you know. But he was very catering, you know. Girl, he went in the room. Right off the game, you know, you knew who was gonna win. He went in the room, so I'm on the couch. I'm like, because I got picked up. I'm like, well, pick me up. You know, I like getting picked up. You know, pick me up. I don't want to drive. Girl.
Ooh, wait.
A bit says, girl, did I not call an Uber? And I went home. Like, no, what is happening here? You know what I mean? Yeah. So when people be like, why you still single? Let me tell y'all on this radio show right now, I was in a marriage for 16 years, okay? I was very secured as a woman. I was taken care of like a woman. Just because we decided that we didn't work for each other did not mean I was in a thing where I was treated bad. You understand what I'm saying? I know how to be treated as a woman, just like I know how to be a woman to somebody. I will not settle for that. I will not settle for anything less than that. I want, if you're going to come in my life, you're going to come in my life and treat me up like a jewel. That's how I feel about myself. I'm one of those rare jewels that you find at the beach. And when you find that one, you be like, oh, let me put this up because I don't want nobody to touch this because you don't find this often. That's me. Okay? If you ain't coming to me like that, please just don't come to me. I'm not around to be opening my, if I want to open my legs, I could do that. Believe you me, I could call somebody and be like, "Hey, what up?" You know what I mean? I don't. I ain't out. I swear to goodness, guys, I am not out here needing no SCX. I don't need it. You understand? I'm good. So come to me a different way. That's all I'm saying. I'm so sorry, Vet, but I just needed to get that.
I concur.
Nothing
I
but the
concur.
This conversation came about because I had to meditate on this in the middle of the night when I woke up. It was my meditation because I was so aggravated, for the last couple of days. Like, that's what's been coming at me in my inbox. Girl, yesterday morning somebody texted me GM. So I sent the question mark because I'm like, who is this? I didn't know the person. Girl, do you know they sent me a video of them having fun with themselves?
I'm about to fall out this chair. You know that too. And it comes in all ages, okay? It comes in all ages. I'm telling you, all ages. It ain't no cap at that. It can be, you could be 65 and you still thinking that is no.
Listen, we literally, this is a pink couch conversation. You need to have it need to be ladies night. You need to host a ladies.
Oh my God, I was just talking about that last night, Tamika. Yes, I am getting it. Listen,
please let me be your guest of honor. Please.
Wine, all of that. Yes, we gonna have to sit down and talk about it, and we're gonna have different ages too.
I have so much to say that please, I swear to goodness, please do it. I'm really going to keep asking you to do this. I really want you to have
I was talking about my season. That is too funny. And you last night with Jay, it's coming, Damika, because it's needed. We need to have a pow wow. Okay. Yeah. Queen's Talk is going to be the name of that episode. Queen's Talk. So, because it's ridiculous.
Us women got some stuff to say. Okay.
Period. We don't want them pics, y'all. Especially if we don't ask for it. You know what I mean? Like, don't just come on now. I'm shutting you down. Red flags everywhere. I agree.
When they send that though, I block it immediately. But back to the red flags, because I see and that those are red flags. When somebody comes to me like that though, yeah, that's a no for me. It ain't even like I'm not even giving you a chance. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's automatic. I'll give you a conversation or two to give you a chance to maybe say, hey, I was just too excited. Or so you want to say that? By the second conversation, I really just don't want to talk to you no more. And that's just what it is for me. So it ain't like a red flag and I'm like, I'm going to still date you. No. Mm-hmm. This is the way you presented yourself. You know what I mean? I am a grown woman. Okay? So, no.
I've had that happen. And they tried to backtrack and make it seem like they didn't mean to send the picture and all of this, that, and the other. And I'm like, I see you. Like, I already know where your mind is going. And I am not the wrong woman. I'm sorry. I'm going to carry myself like I carry myself. And if you don't like it, you definitely got the wrong woman, period. Okay? You're doing too much. And I've seen it in all ages, Mika. I've seen it in all ages.
Yes, they childish, but God bless everybody. You know, that's all. And good ones, they don't want to date nobody either. The good men don't want to date either because they are traumatized as well. I keep telling people our age, we all been through stuff, male and female. We've all been. These men, the good ones, are on reserve, just like the good women are. You know what I mean? People are on reserve right now. They like, I know what I bring to the table. Can't anybody just be with me? I'll have my person that I'm going to kick it with because that's just what I want to do. You know what I mean? But as far as committing to somebody, being in a relationship, nah, bro. It come a lot for me.
Yeah. Are you looking for titles right now? Do titles matter to you right now? Titles.
I don't like them. Know. No. If you read them, no. I was somebody's wife, mama, oldest child, best friend. No.
Right.
Evans, okay?
Like, it's not important.
No, I don't need the title of saying I'm your woman, but you know when things are in commitment. You know what the vibe is. You know what I mean?
It's the action, right?
Right. So if I met somebody who I felt like was worth all of that, yeah, I would sit down and you would know that I'm only into you. You know what I mean? You would know that because of my actions. You don't need me to tell you that. My actions will show you. You know what I mean? No, I don't need that conversation of we go together.
Right.
But you need to show me that. You know what I mean? You show me some, being consistent in my life and care and concern and things like that. Yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
learn that, we grow into that eventually. To me, that's better than, because once you put a title on something, there's expectations that come behind that. And
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I don't like
And,
all that.
and
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't know
not.
if I'm ready for that right now either. Like I want the relationship, but not necessarily the title, because I am a Capricorn. Like I am really loyal to a fault. I don't like dating multiple people. I just don't like it. You know, call me old fashioned. I just don't like it. All the personalities and stuff it's just too much for me. So I prefer to deal with one person, whether we, you know, like just deal with one person. That's my preference. But I realize the older I get, the title is not necessary for me. For me, it's the action. Show me in your actions that I'm the one for you, because I can't. The other thing is, I can't play number two and know it.
Girl, I want to talk about that too. This is that. This is what's coming up now. This is let me tell you, baby. I don't know if you've been dating, but this is the presentation. So they
I
come
don't know
to
what
you
you call it, Tamika.
since they tell you now that they got other people. So the guy came to me and said, "Look, I got 2 other women. I want you too, but I'm gonna take care of you." That's what he said. That's how they come now. The person that want to kick with me now, I got somebody. So you, do you see me? Like, I want to say, what, bro?
I am.
Like, do you? I don't gotta do that. I don't have to be nobody's second. Why? Why would I say yes? Yes, I'll no. Now we can make arrangements for some. No, that's the pink couch talk. Let me go back to the.
That episode is coming ASAP. We got to get the ladies together. We got to get it together.
Y'all gonna be like this
wine and everything. For real.
What is these people talking about? So like you're saying, like for instance, I wanted some food brought to me at work yesterday. I'm not on the field anymore, so we're in the building now. I wanted some food because I ain't on lunch. And I gotta be told, like, I don't want to hear. I want what I want. I ain't gonna put nobody's business out there. I want what I want. Okay, and that's just the end of the day. I don't care how nobody feel about it. I want what I want, and that's how it is when you with somebody. Because if I'm gonna be with you, right, and I'm looking at your needs and wants and things like that, and what was valuable to you, and I care about that, I just expect it back. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm selfish and you only got to do this for no. I am very much giving and catering and making sacrifices for the person that I care about as well. You know what I mean? But girl, that ain't today's life. They got 2 and 3 people. I told one dude, he pulled up, and he was like, "Who is that?" I was like, "Oh, it was my cousin." I was like, "Oh no, she's in a relationship." He was like, "We all are." I was like, "Oh."
See, yes. Or they hit you with, it's complicated. You ask, well, you especially in the bars. Like I've had people think that because they're gonna buy me and my friends some drinks that I'm gonna just automatically, like, that don't turn me on. You know what I mean? Like and not to be braggadocious, but I can take care of me. So you having money is a bonus for me. It's not going to make me like just to throw off be like, take it. You know what I mean? Like it's not wrong queen. I'm sorry. It's just not. I'm not a kid. I can buy my clothes.
You know what I do now, Vet? You know what I do now? I send guys drinks. Let me show you the boss that I am, and I don't want to talk to you. I might see somebody I'd be like, he's cute. And I may send a drink and go a whole nother way. Let me show y'all. Let us women show these guys something. We're not bars no more. Waiting for somebody to bring us no drink. I will run a tab, and I'm not trying to toot my horn. You understand what I'm saying?
I know.
Baby, let me put a tab for you. Your drink's on me tonight. I did that. Girl, he thought I was about to be all in his face. I ain't do that for that. That's not why I did it. It's your birthday or whatever the reason that I did it. You know what I mean? But I'm switching the roles now. I want to show y'all that I can be a boss just like you. So please don't come to me with that. I was in a bar last weekend. This guy, girl, he wanted to buy me a drink. So I let him buy me a drink. Girl, he pulled every dollar in his life out on the table. Why?
To braggadocious to flex.
Know,
it was a flex.
Now the wife of Mina kicked in. Why you got all that money on you? I don't even know this. why you come out the house with all that money?
Right.
You is not impressing me, baby.
Right.
You are not impressing me. Like, cause you know what this is why it's not impressing to me. That I'm about to tell you why. That's your money. That's not my money. If you're not giving me the card, give me the card, and then I will feel like something. But don't come and tell me what you got, baby, because I'm gonna show you what I got, and then what is we doing now? You understand what I'm saying? Because what does that mean? If I can't go spend your money how I want to, I don't care about your money because it ain't my money. If you ain't saying to me, here, I want to invest in your business. I see you got these jackets coming out. Can I invest in you to get another shipment or something like that? Why is you showing me your money?
And that also makes me think about the kind of women that you are dealing with. You know what I mean? If you think that flex that you're trying to do is going to do something for me, that makes me realize the type of women that you are used to, and I know that I am not for you. I know I'm not.
I'm just now getting out of them old relationships, so they come from the 90s.
Yeah, I remember I had a guy try and hit on me, and the first thing he led with was the type of truck he had or something like that. I've always had a truck. Always. I had 6 kids. I stopped doing the minivans in the 90s. So I've always had an Expedition Suburban. I had 6 kids. So it wasn't a flex for me. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay. And I remember putting a Facebook post up about it. Like, man, you got to come at me with something different. Come at me with something different.
Yes.
You know
Even
what I mean?
I had to stop doing that because I wasn't doing it for bragging. I'm just very proud of the woman that I built, you know, and what I'm doing with myself. So when I would meet somebody and I would start telling them about me, it will actually push them away. So I don't even do that anymore. I don't want to tell nobody. If I don't like you, I'm going to tell you, like, yeah, I run 3 businesses and I'm going to give you my business card because you ain't going to call me. They don't call when they don't call. So, but if I like you or something, I don't even want to tell you much. Like, I want you to just find it out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because when I say that, they like, either you think you all that because that's what I'm going to think if somebody came to me like that. You know what I mean? Or if you're not where I am in life, you're going to be like, oh, I can't mess with her as a man because the man wants to be the leader. You know, he wants to be the alpha. And I understand that now, you know. Yeah. So now I even, as a woman, you know, yes, I work at the Buffalo Urban League. You know, I do a few things. You know, I mentor and coach. I'll just sum it up. You know what I mean? Versus,
yes,
I got this going on. They be like, girl, I don't want to.
Intimidated. I've gotten that too. I concur. I'm in the same way. Because I don't want to scare people off. You know, because it can be intimidating for some people, especially if they are not in a place where they are doing much with their lives. It can just be scary to them. So in more news, an investigation into a Cheektowaga apartment complex have led to arrests, burglaries in the Garden Village. I know a few people that live over there off of Union Road, the Garden Village apartments. And this is being reported by the Buffalo News. According to the report, detectives arrested Deshaun Atkinson, 22, a baby, 22 of Garden Village Drive. So he lived in this area on Tuesday on charge of 2nd-degree burglary. Police said that detectives executed a search warrant at Atkinson's apartment and he was taken into custody. They discovered more than $1,000 in allegedly stolen property, which resulted in additional charges.
You okay?
Always. It's somebody out there going crazy. So somebody out there going crazy. And make sure y'all tune in. It has gotten bad over in Garden Village. It used to be a nice area. Is it Marquita? I don't want to say your name wrong.
Marquita.
Marquita. It used to be a nice area over there, Marquita. I know a few people that lived. My uncle actually used to live in that area. And that's West Seneca. So it's gotten bad a lot of places. It's gotten bad a lot of places.
Well, you
here.
know, a lot of what's going on in Buffalo. I don't. It shouldn't matter that it's black people, but that's what's happening. That area, over years ago, black people started moving in. A lot.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
didn't want to say it. I thought it. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie, because that's what happened.
So the community changed a little bit over there. That's it, you know. And what's
Yeah.
happening now in this whole city is that they're now, because downtown is building up to a certain caliber they want, and they want a certain caliber of people down there now. That more of the people who was living like in Williamsville out there and stuff are now going to be living downtown, and they're taking over most like the east side. Like they're trying to push us outward, Williamsville, and like
Out in the suburbs.
they want to come up
Hmm.
now. So if everybody just pay attention to what's happening, the money that they're investing into other cultures to build the city in the east side, and yeah, just pay attention to what's happening. So
Pay
it's
attention.
just like we talked about yesterday, the women thing and how the project system was a very big contribution to families being broken up, building all these projects, putting these stipulations on it. It just be things like that. They know. You watch Daquan Tyrone, they know where to place people, where to have people at, what to make happen. I don't know. And it's our fault too. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? But when you put a bunch of people like this in this, you know, what you expect to happen. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I wanted to share some prayers though, real fast, if you don't mind, before I do Vibe High Moment. The former NFL player, Mike Williams, he also went to Riverside School. He was an NFL player, but he's from here. He's on life support right now. You know, after his career, he took like an electrical job, doing electrical work and stuff. So on the job, he had an accident, and he is on life support. So we just want to send our prayers because that's from our town, that's from home. Again, that's Mike Williams, former NFL player. He played on a few teams, but I just wanted to send some prayers out to his family, especially you got family here in Buffalo, so I'm sure he does. We just 716 Live just wants to send our love out to the family, and I pray that he has a recovery because he's on life support. Yes,
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
if
prayers out.
I'm gonna start Vibe High Moments. I have to get off on time today, guys. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get into that if you guys don't mind. I have been going back and. Oh shoot, I'm supposed to be lying. I've been going back and forth with a few things this week, and we just been getting off because other juicy topics have been coming up. But I'm gonna just go with what was placed on my heart for today, and it's resisting thoughts. And the reason why is because it's just been coming up every day for me. Resisting thoughts. People not even for myself. I've been coaching myself all week on resisting thoughts. Okay, so when we're in that period of creating a life that we want to live and living a happy and successful life and transitioning and all of that, right? Especially if you're in Vibe High coaching, we transition our thoughts associated to life and life situations. That's very hard to get to a place. I was talking to my cousin the other day, and you know, she was having a moment and her energy was like all over and everything. And I was just telling her, I was like, one day when you face things like this, you're just gonna go with the flow of life. You know, you're just gonna go on with the flow. You're gonna understand that you just gotta go with the flow because life take care of what it needs to take care of, right? But how do we get to that place? It's with our thoughts. Everything stems from the thoughts, y'all. So imagine like, okay, me dating right now, right? And me wanting the man that I want. I can think about it and I can, because you know, you want to imagine the beautiful situation, you know, that's how you start transitioning your thoughts. But then we have those resisting thoughts that sit right here that says he just gonna be like the same guy I've been messing with, or maybe I need to change some stuff. You naturally we do that with most of the things that we do in our life, and we do not realize that you have literally taken yourself 3 steps back from towards, because all you got to do is put the command out there. All you got to do is put the command out there and leave it alone. Seriously. You have the thought and you leave it alone because it was already there. The resisting thought is why it's not happening. Just know that, because when people be like, well, why? I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing all the stuff, I wrote this down. But what is your resisting thought that's pushing that away? What is your resisting thought? I know that I have resisting thoughts. Even when I'm trying to, like right now, I need an investor, just to put that out there. I'm looking for investors, right? So I'm like, I have all these resisting thoughts. I'm like, dang, when a couple of years ago, I had investors throwing money at me. And dang, I went through that depression, dang, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking all this stuff instead of saying, you have a great product. You're doing really great. You have elevated over the years. The investors are seeing that now. I'm sure that somebody wants to invest in this because they see the return that's about to come. You know, I need to have those thoughts about this investor that I'm looking for versus what happened. You know what I mean? I'm literally taking myself away from that. And because I know that, I'll be like, damn, oh, excuse me, I got to start all over again. You know what I mean? I've already took the 3 steps back. Now I got to start all over again and get back up to those steps. And I still got to go 3 more steps for it to make it actually happen. You know what I mean? So just please understand that your resisting thoughts is what is affecting what's not happening. It's not that the program that you're in isn't working, because even Vibe High mentees get frustrated sometimes. You know what I mean? And I'll be like, well, go back to the content. Go back to the stuff we went over. Remember, you know, we do reflective and stuff like that, but they will still get frustrated. Like, and I have to tell them, because the beginning of coaching with me is your thoughts. Nothing can change. Nothing can happen that you want if the thought system does not change. And I'm so serious. It has to change. And I'm grateful for my place in life right now because, like, I'm getting there. You know, I can actually see it, like, the way I go with the flow now, the way I be like, oh, okay, well, that happened. You know, where I would feel attacked or take things personal or whatever. It's like, even right now, people don't even know what I'm really going through right now. I was laughing yesterday telling them, I was like, y'all don't even know what I'm really going through. Even at my inner circle. Because this is what you see, the smile is genuine. I choose this. This is what I chose. I choose this every day. It feels so good when I smile. I swear to goodness. It feels so good. I like it. I be trying to cry. I tried to cry yesterday. I really, really tried hard. No tears can come out. I was like, girl,
sometimes it get harder, doesn't it?
Y'all know what I did? I put Glorilla on. I know I'm 44, but I listened to Glorilla.
I like Glorilla.
I love her. I'm like, you were too old to be liking this girl. But I love Glorilla because I love her courageousness. See, yeah. I like her and I like things that I like for different reasons, right? She's very courageous. She go out there, she say it. She's saying a lot of stuff that I've been wanting to say sometimes, you know what I mean? But I speak through her. I let her speak for me. And when I need to get jumped, because, you know, she be jumping all on the cars. And, girl, she be everywhere. So I put that on YouTube. And I'll be in my car. And, girl, for like 10 minutes, I'm like 20-something years old. And I do the X, girl. I do all that. Okay?
Grab that energy. Grab that energy. Sometimes we need
it. But that's because I'll be like, D'Amica. So when I wanted to cry, right, I literally was like, damn, that's going to feel so good if you could just cry right now. But my subconscious is so built to know that that's still an energy that you're releasing, babe. You still got to answer to that. No matter why you're doing it. There's no justification in this universe. You know what I mean? We all created the justifications and the whys and all these rules and stuff. Humans created that. This big creation did not make those up. I'm sorry. Well, whatever. So I know that I needed to, like, say, no, baby. Crying is going to feel good, but it depends. Like, if you do a good cry, like, you know, a good one, that's a good energy. But I'm in manifestation. I'm trying to manifest some things. So I got to be very careful with the energy that I release off. You know, I'm very, very conscious about that. So I didn't release that painful cry that I wanted to release because I was just creating that pain. I didn't even know where it actually came from. I just felt like crying because I felt so heavy. I'm going to talk about that next week. I wanted to talk about that today, that feeling heavy. I cannot wait till next week because it's the beginning of the week and I want to just start it fresh. But we're going to talk about that because I was dealing with some stuff this week and I know why. You know what I mean? And that's what made me want to cry. But I ended up having to just take a spiritual shower and candles and stuff because I needed to release a different energy. I'm in that period. And let me tell y'all something about that. When you connected to the universe like that, when you wrote down and you believe what you said, this great universe is going to act for you. I don't care how much you try to fight against it. I wanted to cry, y'all. I couldn't cry because my subconscious is so built to know that releasing negative energy is what got, and when you release negative vibrations, those are the vibrations that's coming back to you. My subconscious don't let me do it. It's so funny to me. I be cracking up, y'all. Sometimes I be wanting to do some stuff that I know I ain't got no business doing, and you know, your flesh you and your human you be like, man, I know I said that, but I'm gonna do this anyways.
Anyways, yeah.
For me though, the universe is like, your karma said that.
That fight you to you.
And I laugh, y'all, now because I be like, okay, I know. It's so crazy to be in this position, y'all. I'm serious because my connection to life is so amazing to me. It's so amazing to talk to nature, to talk to life the way I do, and life responds to me the way it does. And it all came from me just changing my thoughts about life. I'm serious. My thoughts about what's out here, this creation, this universe. I changed my thoughts about that. And because I changed my thoughts about that, this is why I'm elevating to living a happy and successful life. Because I don't want to say that I am living a happy and successful life, because my success is to be happy. So I will say that I am living a happy and successful life right now. Yes, I am. So that's my vibe high moment for y'all today. Please understand the resisting thoughts. I should have put that in the caption because I need people to understand that part of today. Resisting thoughts. Please be careful when you are manifesting or when you are wanting something in your life, or if you're praying on it, whatever it is, whatever it is that you're doing, that you're trying to have in your life, be very careful of your resisting thoughts, because that is what's stopping it from happening. Please understand that is literally the one thing that's stopping it. If you know that you're doing everything else, just have that one conscious moment to think about, when you think about that great thing, is there an afterthought? It'd be real silent. It'd be real silent back there. But it'd be that afterthought, and there's energy behind that afterthought also, okay? Mm-hmm. I normally say, I pray when I have those resisting thoughts. I just start praying protection over my thoughts, because it's natural. We naturally have thoughts. You know what I mean? Some things is just in there. So you got to just pray, just be conscious about yourself. Be conscious about what you're doing, and just understand what you're doing. It's not this vibe high didn't happen like that. You know what I mean? It is a formula, but just understand you got to follow that whole entire formula, all of it. And the thought is the center of it, okay? For everything. Your thoughts is the center of all of that, okay? So that's my vibe high moment for today, guys. I am not going to be on tomorrow. I'm out of town. I'm going on it's not really a vacation. Y'all, my best friend, y'all know the one who passed away. Her anniversary of passing is this Saturday. So I'm going to go out to Charlotte with her children, and we're going to do a balloon release. And I'll go live with it, but we're going to do a balloon release and stuff. This is her right here. I wear her with me. Love her dearly. So it's coming up on 2 years, guys, and I'll be out of town. So I will be back with you all on Monday morning for Miss Vibe High Moments. And guys, we are going to talk about being heavy. Just think about that. Just being heavy and where that comes from. Man, it's crazy. So I'm really, really excited about Monday talking about this. So make sure y'all tap onto Miss Vibe High Moments. Make sure y'all tap onto the 716 Live Morning Show every day at 7 a.m. I will see y'all back Monday at 7 a.m. Please understand, guys, the jackets are coming. They'll be here. They should be here tomorrow. So when the jackets come, I am still allowing the 100, the 160 for the jackets. So anybody that wants one, please hit me up, because I don't think I'm going to have a lot left because of all the people that already hit me up. But I did put in another order already, because he already hit me up I had to put in another order already, because this first order looks like it's going to be already sold out. So thank y'all for following. Thank you. I'm so thankful, y'all. I'm telling you, that ain't nothing but everything above helping me. I do not know how I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm telling y'all.
You done already said it. This guy.
I just believe. I know. I put it out there, and it got to happen. And I'm telling y'all, literally, this is what I did on this project. I was like, I need this, y'all. And then y'all gonna have to figure this out, because I don't know what I'm gonna do. But this is what's got to happen. I'm going to order these jackets, though.
Faith. Jump out on faith. Sometimes, listen, if you jump out on faith with your knees knocking, stomach curling.
I'm so grateful. I want to talk some. I gotta go, man. Dag, I got so much to say. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right, y'all. So catch me Monday morning, 7 a.m. For the Miss Vibe High Moments in the 716 Morning Show. Y'all have a great Vibe High day and weekend on purpose. I love y'all all. Bye-bye.
Have a great day. Love you, hon. Take care. Drive safe out there. So thank you, everybody that is still rocking with us. I'm going to be on for a few more minutes, and then I am going to have to go too, because I got to take care of some things before I take care of some things. So y'all going to have some extra music playing today. So make sure, if you are not, go ahead to 716live.com. Hit that option for the radio so you can rock out with us. Let us know what you want to listen to also. If you are an artist that is listening right now, or if you are watching the replay, we are looking for music. We want to highlight your music on the 716 Live radio station. And in order to do that, everyone, we need you to send us your music. When you send us your music, you have the option of purchasing a package where we highlight your music even more. You will be able to be on a playlist that is reoccurring, which means that every time you get a spin, that is potential money back into your pocket. So the investment is truly an investment, because you're going to get it right back. You're going to get it right back. You just have to be willing to invest in you. Okay. A lot of us get scared because we want it free. I remember beginning this process of self-development and looking at the cost of everything. And it was like, man, why everything got a cost? Why I got to pay for all of this stuff? Can't people just give it to me for free? Don't they see that I'm trying to do my best to change my life? Don't they see how hard I'm working to try and change some things in my life? Why it can't be for free? Why everything got a cost? Well, when you are willing to invest in yourself, you are telling the universe that I am serious. I'm serious about this thing. I'm willing to do what I gotta do in order to make it work. But you're not saying that if you're holding on to them coins and going to spend it at the liquor store and instead of spending it with 716 Live to make your platform even bigger, to advertise. I'm just saying sometimes we need our neck stepped on sometimes, because like I said, when I started this process of self-development, personal development, I remember looking at Lisa Nichols, one of my sheroes, and thinking, man, $1,200 to take a coaching 3-day class? What, $1,200? $1,200 got me here, y'all. I'm just saying, invest in yourself. I done got that money back threefold. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't develop. This is what y'all see. This is a result of taking that coaching thing. Coach Bree, my Coach Bree, she has a coaching course coming up. Do you think that I don't want to invest in it? Heck to the yeah, because I know Coach Bree is going to take me to another level. You know, we have to be willing to invest in ourselves. And I feel like many people are still afraid to invest in themselves, but you get the investment right back. So my advice to you, if you are listening live or if you are listening to the replay, go ahead and take them coins and put it to good use. Set a goal for yourself before the end of this year that you want to achieve, that you are going to achieve. And part of that is investing in yourself, whether it is running ads, running advertisements, starting your platform, starting your podcast with a network like 716 Live. I'm just saying, y'all, I've seen the power of investing in yourself and what it can do. I wouldn't lie to you. Me investing in myself helped me increase my salary by 60%. It really did. It really did. I invested in myself. That, like I said, that $1,200 that I invested in myself, I done got back multiplied, like by 10, multiply that. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it just takes a few dollars just to invest in yourself. Think about the money that you are wasting, that you are spending on nothingness. Think about my $3.59 French fries from McDonald's. Multiply that by the 30 days. If I was going to buy French fries every day, what I could have done with that money. You know what I mean? And I don't want to make this into a sales pitch. I just want to I see so many people trying to do so many things, but they want to do it the easy way and they want it for free. And when you talk about, well, what are you willing to invest in yourself? Your mouth gets shut, your ears start closing. You don't want to hear it from there. But when you put forth the effort, whether it is time or money, you will see a greater return. You'll see a greater return. You can't get something for nothing. Anything worth having, you're going to work for. You're going to pay for. You're going to have to sacrifice some things. And a lot of times we're willing to sacrifice for a pair of Jordans, $250, $300. But God forbid if we sacrifice to make our dreams come true. It's all right. Jordan's dreams then came true plenty of times. So, that money that you're going to spend on them Jordans or to make sure your kid looking good in the facade Balenciagas or whatever you thinking that you want your child to have because it's going to make them somebody, you can be putting that money to good use. Send your kids to 716 Live Kids. Help them build their dream. Maybe they want to start a podcast and you want to invest in that dream. Do it for the kids, y'all. Do it for the kids. I'm just saying. So what else are we talking about in the news? I'm going to report on a few more things in the news, y'all, because there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in this world. So a Greek shipper pled guilty to smuggling Iranian crude oil and will pay $2.4 million fine. Imagine having those type of issues where you have a fine of $2.4 million. Woo, Lord. I don't want the fine, but I like money issues like that. Give me something where a $2.4 million is just a drop in the bucket for me. That's not going to hurt me. Okay. Could you imagine owing a fine of $2.4 million? And this is being reported by AP News. A Greek shipping company has pled guilty to smuggling sanctioned Iranian crude oil and has agreed to pay $2.4 million fine. And this is being reported by the newly unsealed U.S. court documents that were seen on Thursday by the Associated Press. The now public case against Empire Navigation, which faces 3 years of probation under the plea agreement, marks the first public acknowledgement by U.S. prosecutors that America seized some 1 million barrels of oil from the tanker Suez Rahan. The saga surrounding the ship further escalated tensions between Washington and Iran, even as they work towards a trade of billions of dollars in frozen Iranian assets in South Korea for the release of 5 Iranian Americans held in Tehran. Y'all, just pay attention to what's going on in the world. I know it is so easy to get caught up in the dealings of what's going on in our little world, but pay attention to what is going on in the world because it affects a lot more than we realize. When you pay attention to what's going on, good morning, Jason. Good morning. Thank you for tapping in. When you pay attention to what's going on in the world, you can kind of see a trend. You can kind of see when the rates are going to go up high or drop down, like right now. If you have credit cards or any type of debt, you'll see that the rates are skyrocketing. That's why so many people are stopping buying homes and there's more people renting homes. That's why you see rent prices going up because supply and demand. If you pay attention to what's going on in the financial markets, then you can kind of see that coming and you can better prepare for that. Don't just wait for the news to tell you, okay, we're in a recession. You can kind of see that it's coming. I remember when COVID happened and they were talking about that there was going to be a food shortage. And sure enough, we started seeing food shortages in certain areas. The chicken prices got high. Haddock got ridiculous. Like it went from being $35 for a case to like $70. I saw that coming because I kept my eye on what was going on in the news. Just like they reported earlier last year or late last year, that there was going to be a whole bunch of retail products that were going to be sliced because they were on the boats. Remember that a lot of those products weren't being delivered. The shipping costs, they were stuck out in the sea on these boats. All those products got delivered late. At the same time, the new products got delivered. So now there's like an overstock of clothes. You can go anywhere and you see, I was in Walmart recently, got underwear and stuff at ridiculous prices because it's overstock. I have a girlfriend that went into a store and paid like $1 for some shoes, beautiful shoes at that. There's some shoes that I've been looking at on one of my favorite sites that are $20. Okay, if you don't know, I am a shoe person. But a result of that is because the overstock, people aren't spending as much money on retail things as they once were. We are kind of scared and not spending as much money with that retail therapy. Now, mind you, there are still some people out there doing that retail therapy on a whole nother level. But if you look at the news and you look at the forecast, a lot of people aren't going shopping anymore. A lot of people are just shopping for necessities. They aren't shopping for the extravagant things or shopping for things that are not necessary. By necessary, I mean like food. Food is a necessary thing. So we are going to continue to shop for food. That's why you don't see you don't see food being affected, the bottom line being affected that much. You may see a reduction in inventory, but people are still going shopping. Clothing, on the other hand, all these malls are closing. You see more people shopping at places like Amazon. Hand raised, I'm sorry. A few months ago, I had gone into a store with my sister, and I remember standing there in the middle of the store thinking, wow, I can't remember the last time I actually shopped in a store because it's so easy. I even get my toilet paper and paper towels on subscription from Amazon, y'all, because it's not necessary for me to go out. And plus, I don't really have the time. So it is what it is. Just pay attention, everyone. Pay attention because inflation is real. We are definitely in the midst of a recession. You may not feel it depending on, where you sit in life, but a lot of us are feeling it, especially middle class America. Definitely feeling it because food prices have gone up, which means that our buying power has been reduced because we have to buy what's necessary. And that includes food. We have to pay for shelter. Rent prices are ridiculous. I was just in Chicago, and when I tell you my rent went up $750 more than it was 2 years prior, the ridiculousness of it. What else is being reported, everybody? So Poland's central bank surprises with a sharp interest rate cut despite double-digit inflation. So I don't know what is going on in Poland, but their central bank did an interest rate cut. Which helps. So Poland's central bank lowered its interest rate by 75 basis points on Wednesdays, despite the country's double-digit inflation rates. When the buying power is not there, but the prices go high, that's inflation. Yeah, that what we are facing right now is inflation. You see a lot of people do not have the money that we used to because we're spending it on things that we need. The basic necessities are necessities, things that we need. And you go into a grocery store right now, you may walk out with 3 bags and you $200 less in your bank account. It's real right now. It is really real. And a lot of people are being affected. And it kind of makes me upset because America is not taking care of the citizens, I feel. There's a lot more that I feel that the government can be doing. Like they just cut us off really quick. They were pouring money into the economy. They were giving people extra food stamps. Middle class America would listen, everybody. Middle class America are the worst hit. You have the people that's in that 1% Those are the successful, wealthy people who don't really feel what is going on. They may not get as much of a profit, but their pockets aren't hit as hard. And then you have the lower income people who are eligible for food stamps and Medicaid and things of that nature. But what about the middle class America who are not eligible? And it can be you aren't eligible because you're $100 over the guidelines. That means that you can't get food stamps, you can't get any type of human services, any type of social services because you $100 over. That doesn't mean that you don't still have to buy groceries. So I feel you. I feel you when that gas bill and that electric bill hit, and I'm like, dang, the rates went up like 35% with utilities. We still got to pay them because you don't want your electric and gas cut off. And some people are not eligible for heat. So just be mindful, everybody. And government, do better for the middle class. Do better for the middle class. Everybody is not eligible for social services, but that does not mean that we don't need the stuff. When I look at what I'm paying for some of my prescriptions, y'all, one of my prescriptions is $210 a month. Thank goodness that some of these drug companies have these programs that you can get into for 12 months. But imagine if I did not have that program for 12 months, I would have to look for $210 for one prescription every single month. So it is hard out here. It is hard out here for middle class America, y'all. So I am going to end it because I have to get ready to take care of some things, So I love y'all. Long life. You make sure you have a wonderful day on purpose. Make sure you tune into 716live.com right now. Go ahead over there right now if you have not already and tap into the radio. We will be back tomorrow. I may have a special guest tomorrow. Stay tuned, y'all. But I love y'all. Long life. You make sure you have a wonderful day on purpose. On purpose.